Good morning and welcome to ASI Radio's Tuesday morning show where ASI's outspoken editors talk promo products and more. And I'm Joe Haley. I'm starting the show off this morning, the day after Labor Day, the first day of school for many students, the second week of school for a lot of other students as well. So we have a very
skeletal crew?
I don't know if it's skeletal. I don't want to say eclectic. It's
the day after Labor Day crew.
Yeah, there we go. So we're going to be
This is single A, and we only have about 7 players. That's the way I'd put it.
All right. Single A baseball here. That was Chris Ruvo. Chris is the senior editor, senior writer.
Well, if you want to promote me, I'll take it. Okay. Just make sure the salary goes up, too.
Comes with no money. Yeah. The senior writer for Advantages Magazine. Chris, welcome to the show. Welcome
Thank
to
you,
work
sir.
For this week. When did your kids start school?
My older guy started today, and we thought that the older guys in first grade and the younger guys start in preschool. And we thought that preschool started today, too. So we got the older guy on the bus. My wife took the younger guy to preschool. Turns out preschool doesn't start till Monday. So, they had a nice chat with the teacher. And we're clearly on top of things in our household. So.
Also joining us today in the studio is Joan Chake. And Joan, when did... Oh, look at that. Joan, you got some sound effects. Now, Joan, when did your children start school?
My children. Well, my baby is his second week in college now.
Now, is it true that he's a 9-year-old genius?
He's a prodigy.
He is. Yep. And my other baby is in between getting ready for grad school, working and trying to get money for grad school.
All right. And we just heard the voice of Melinda Lagos. She's our fearless leader. She's back from vacation. She's here sending 3 kids off to school today?
2 today, second grade and middle school, and 1 tomorrow for sophomore and high school.
Ooh, high school. So what's the high school doing? Still sleeping?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sleeping. Last hurrah before.
And how's volleyball going? She's a volleyball player, correct?
She is, and the Council Rock North JV volleyball team is off to. They had a scrimmage last week. They're looking really good.
Girls are ranked, I think, first in the Suburban 1 League.
Oh yeah, they rock.
Also,
what about the Haley boys?
The
the Haley babies are off to school.
Yes, my youngest, we took him last Friday, 2 Fridays ago, to Wilkes University, where he's a freshman, and my older one's a junior at York College of PA.
I just want to make one comment about your trips to your college.
Yes.
Because you put a lot of photos on Facebook chronicling these
Yes.
things, and you filled up your trunk with Gatorade and snacks
Ramen
and things.
noodles.
Ramen noodles. That was gone the first weekend. Like as soon as other boys in the dorm discover that, everyone goes out and they come back and just raid whoever's So, you might want to send a care package.
Yeah.
That's all.
Or bill to their parents, whatever.
Oh, you know what? They have their own money. They can go get their own ramen.
There you go.
No, anyway, I was very impressed with
Yes.
your whole. It was very well organized.
Yes, we were Friday back, Saturday back, and then we're empty nesters.
All right.
And it's quiet.
Well, Joan can probably give you some tips.
Yes.
Well, no, she has one home with her.
Yeah, that's true.
They tag team.
They-
Michael commuted for 2 years, and now Matt's back.
So anyway, it's a weird adjustment. Also in the studio, rocking the soundboard is Lauren.
She's rocking it. Listen
Oh, look
to
at
that.
that! Last week I called her Mina.
Nina.
Who's been gone for months. But
Yeah,
that's
I know.
okay.
Years, it actually might be.
And as usual, answering your phone calls is Facebook. Vinny Driscoll. Give us a call, 215-953-4979, and we'll put you on there. We'll give you the fabulous prize package.
What's today's call-in topic?
Today's call topic is how do I overcome lower price requests? So give us a call right away. Melinda, I'm going to throw this over to you and let you take us the rest of the way out to sea, so to speak. So,
All right. And if we put you on the call today, 215-953-4979, what are you going to get? Because I think our prize packs are pretty lucrative these
the
days.
prize pack is fantastic. First, you get that $25 Visa gift card. You're going to get the finger puppets, which is you can always play ASI Radio in your office. You get the hand fans that you can, fan yourself when you're getting a little hot there. You're also going to get some ASI Radio logo drinkware from our friends at ETS, and we're going to throw in a pair of red Wayfair-style Joe Show sunglasses.
Wow.
That's
All
the
right.
clincher right there.
Right there.
I've seen those glasses. Again, on Facebook
They're
on your
yeah,
vacation.
Yes, that's right. They're very nice glasses. Very nice.
All right, call us at 215-953-4979. We're going to talk today about how to overcome lower price requests, and we already have some callers online, too. Let's get started with Sandra. Good morning.
Good.
Hello.
Sandra.
Sandra?
Sandra got so excited, I think she hung up on
Okay.
herself.
Well, we'll put her right back.
All right, well,
She calls
Sandra,
back.
call us back. In the meantime, we have Allison. Good morning, Allison.
Hi. So a while back, I had made a mistake by offering some really low prices to get a customer I had been chasing for a while. And so, now obviously they expect that all the time. So, I put a lot of effort into this client, but the margins aren't really good enough. So what I'm wondering, is it too late to increase prices from what they're used to expecting?
Well, I hope that you knock their socks off with your service and your creative ideas as well.
Of course.
I don't think it's too late to increase prices, to put them at a better margin where you need them to be. It's just telling them about your great customer service, the creativity that you offer them, all the other things that you do for them, that it's worth the price that they're going to be paying for working with you. And I'm sure that they're going to be realistic and understanding that you can't cut the prices to the bare bones all the time, and expect to make a profit and be profitable and be in business and help them. So I think it's worth approaching.
Yeah, but I think you need to do a little work to show that you're not there just to give them low prices on things, and kind of shift them over to the idea that you're an idea provider and a solutions provider, and maybe contact them with some creative ideas and avail some services that they may not realize you provide. Chris, I think
That's exactly what I was gonna, or more or less exactly what I was gonna say. Where I wouldn't just come to them and say, "Hey, I gotta make more money off you." I'd come with, I'd think about them and their audiences and who they target, and then try to come up with some unique ideas that you can pitch to them and say, "Oh, by the way,
like, hey, did you know that I provide some really creative corporate gifts, and now is actually the time to think about that."
Yeah. And then you could kind of talk about the price after coming with all that happy positive stuff first.
Happy positive stuff. I like that.
And I think there's a lesson to be learned here too, to be very careful and to be cautious when you're trying to land new
Yes.
clients,
I was
and
gonna
they
say
look
that.
like to have a good future with you, very lucrative business with them. But if you offer them that cut rate price at the beginning, they might start to expect that, and then they might start shopping some of your ideas around as you start to get into that relationship. So if you're going to offer the low price, maybe you pitch it as, this is an introductory
I was gonna
offer.
say,
you
yeah,
know,
a little
something
bit
like
of a
that.
disclaimer.
This is
Let's
a one-time
feel each other
offer.
out.
Right.
Let's see how you like working with me, and I can give you this price, but this is not normally what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You know.
All good ideas. Well, Allison, hope that helps. Thanks for calling us. Stay on the line for your ASI Radio prize pack. And we found Sandra. She's online too, so let's talk to her. Hi, Sandra.
Hi there. Sorry, that mute button just didn't cooperate.
That's okay.
When I saw this low price request topic today, I thought, oh man, I definitely had to call. Interestingly enough, I recently went on vacation, and when I came back, one of my favorite clients all of a sudden had me in a new bidding situation, and I thought, where did that come from? Because I've been dealing with them for years, and she informed me, well, now we have to get bids. And I thought, you as a team of professionals there at headquarters have many, many times talked about relationships and how we really need to have that with our client, which is exactly what I thought I had. And now all of a sudden, when we come into this price situation and we get into bidding, that relationship completely goes out the window. So how do you avoid that unless you never get into a bid situation? Because that particular order that I lost was a third-time repeat, and someone, even though I had always given them EQP because they were so loyal, had even managed to undercut that. So tell me what to do about bid situations. I need your expertise.
Ha!
Well, maybe that's not a good client to hang on to if they're going to keep expecting that. A while, but.
Some people don't mind the bid process. Other people, don't like the bid process. I think that a lot of times bid turns what you do into just a commodity. I can get a coffee mug from anyone. It's like Chris said earlier, show them, and Melinda said, show them the services that you're offering them and why it's more valuable to go with you. And I think that they need to understand that there is a bottom that you can go to, and after that, it's not a profitable venture for you. I mean, you're in business just as they are, and you're here to make money, and I'm sure that they understand that.
But I think there's something else going on here. Is there a new person there, or do they have a new boss, or someone new in the department who's dreamed this up? Because obviously, this wasn't the situation in the past.
Surprisingly enough, I don't think so, because the person that I'd been dealing with had ordered from me several times, because there's like three or four different people within that company that order from me. And
Sure.
As soon as I got back from my vacation and I sent them the pricing, I thought to myself, how in the world she never did tell me
Yeah.
exactly. She didn't tell me who it was, nor did she tell me how far off I was, but I had always quoted her fair pricing for the item, and I was dumbfounded when I lost the order.
I just wonder if there's something going on behind the scenes, like someone said, hey, you should be getting bid for this. And whoever, if there is a new person in the game, how you can win that person over by maybe, coming to the company and giving them a presentation and showing them some of the things that you do, and, educating them that it's not just a commodity, and, that you can provide, some ideas that maybe a competitor can't. But I wonder if there's something else going on there.
If the order's lost, that's one thing. I would still, stay in contact with them. A lot of times, just because you get a lower price doesn't mean you're going to get a better product, better service. It's just on price. I purchase equipment for a sports organization. We have people coming in all the time that, want to give us the best price this and the best price that. And at one point,
It doesn't always work out.
It doesn't. We had shifted from our vendor who took photographs of the teams and the individual portraits of the kids. And, the price wasn't that a little bit better, but the quality of the product was awful. The service was terrible. And we'd had a relationship for 25 plus years with our former photographer who we went back to. So it's all about that relationship and building the relationship.
Yeah.
I think the point to draw from that too would be you might lose some orders in the short term, but maybe if they're not getting that service and they're not getting that product quality, don't say, okay, that client's lost. Like, you can circle back with them in a little bit of time. If you might not be able to get somewhere in the immediate instance, because they seem to, it's what it sounds like is they've gotten a new directive from their superior that it's just, I want the cheapest price on everything. You can get this for cheaper. So you might not be able to penetrate that right now because that's directive strong. But if that buyer can say, look, like, these mugs are junk or whatever it happens to be, like this imprint is wrong, that then gives you an access point where you can go back and say, well, I was consistent, I provided you creative ideas, and I'm going to give you product that actually looks good and is what you want. So
I think the message all of us are saying, Sandra, is to hang in there and keep up the relationship, keep sending good ideas, and hopefully in the relationship and your value will prevail.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that encouragement. I know it was the same supplier. Like I said, it was a third-time repeat order, so I know they got the same quality of the product.
Right.
But regardless, you're absolutely right. They're still on my radar screen. They're still one of my favorite clients, in spite of this, this little downturn. I'll just consider this a blip in the history.
It's a blip, absolutely. All right, well, hang in there. Thanks for calling. Stay on the line for your ASI Radio prize pack. Take care. All right, we're going to pause for a message from today's show sponsor, Hanes, and when we return, Chris is going to tell us qualities of truly confident people. I wonder if we have any of them.
Hanes branded printwear has a new website designed specifically for screen printers and promotional product distributors. HanesInc.com features detailed product information and resources to help you make the most of Hanes t-shirts and fleece. For the first time, you can download high-res front and back holos of every product in every color in the format and resolution you need. Apparel pages are organized by color and product line, so you can easily find exactly what you're looking for. In addition to high-res holos, you will also find helpful sales tips on every product page. Each product is assigned a helpful return on investment scenario to illustrate the untapped return potential for you and your customers in every interaction. In our resources section, a dedicated return on investment page provides additional questions and insight to help you better understand how to meet your customers' needs with better products and better guidance. Visit HanesInc.com today for high-res holos, sales tips, and many more resources.
At the ASI's Tuesday morning show, we are talking about how to overcome low price requests from clients. And we have Ray McKee on the line who would like to weigh in on this on line one. Good morning, Ray.
Well, good morning to one and all today.
I always like your enthusiasm, Ray.
Well, I take my enthusiasm pills early every morning. Hey, the reason why I called is this is an awesome subject, and I can just tell your phones are ringing off the hook. And I know that there are many ears out there saying, amen, brother, amen. bottom line is that what surprises me in my 30 years of doing this business, now more than ever, we have more and more clients coming up there and says, I need it cheaper, and it astounds me who I'm getting hit by on a daily basis. And I think it has everything to do with two things: value. Do people really value what it is that we bring to the table? And the Internet. They've become so Internet savvy that they're able to take screenshots of items that they want and say, can you beat this price? And I'm thinking, this is not a game time show. I'm very concerned about, this type of mall mart mentality. And it's something to overcome. And in my 30 years, you can bring all that you can to the table, but it's hard to beat that mall mart mentality. It really is.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, Ray, what do you do when someone sends you that screenshot and asks you that question?
Well, one of my biggest accounts did it just last week, and I won the sale, but I had to tell them that my prices were comparable, and my setup charge was a little bit cheaper. So I said, all in all, we're about the same price, but what I bring to the table is if anything goes wrong or if everything goes right, you can point a finger at me, and I'll take care of you. So it's that personalized service that really wins them over. So, yeah, that's a plus, but it doesn't stop them in their boldness. It's astounding to me how that they boldly just simply say, here, I'm sending you a screenshot. Can you meet or beat this price?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, okay, let me see, it's $1 for that pen. Yeah, I could beat it. I'll sell it for $2. Well, I empathize with all your listeners out there, and take heart. As far as you as a distributor, you're the best. I mean, you're not there just to sell stuff. You're there that, you really do care for your client. You really need to communicate that message, as I do, and show that there is something to value in a solid relationship, as opposed to continuing to go to the local mall mart mentality. Because if you go that route, eventually we'll all be just wallowing in slop, and it's just not where we're at as an association.
We don't want to wallow in slop. No one likes that.
No.
Well, those are really good points, Ray, and I think that everybody is, dealing with this situation, and I think you're taking the right tack for sure.
Yeah, that what comes across to me is that he really emphasized accountability. That he's if you just go with an online order, where's there a real accountability?
Sure.
You've had interaction with the website, you don't really know where
we've
they're
all
getting
had
their products
situations.
from.
Everybody has, where you order something, and it looks nice on the web, and it's not what you expect, and then it's annoying. You've got to take it back, or there's
well,
no.
For the
person.
record, I just want you to say that you all are doing a phenomenal job, not only in this program, but in the periodicals, the magazines, and a lot of things that you provide us. And as you continue to beat that drum as to who and what we are as promotional professionals, I think that is perhaps the greatest thing that's working to our advantage, to know we've got an association like ASI in back of us. You guys do have our back, and being a Vietnam vet, I appreciate that.
Wow, well, we appreciate
Ray.
you, Ray. Thank you. And send some of your happy pills up here. I think we could all benefit from them every morning. Thanks so much for calling. You made some great points. And stay on the line for your ASI radio prize.
Okay.
Have a great day.
Bye now.
I always smile when he calls.
Yeah. He's got
Even when he's talking about a very serious subject,
Yeah.
he's still
Great
I
attitude.
like his attitude,
Yeah.
and I think it's a winning one. So, all right. So speaking of attitude, Chris, you're going to tell us some qualities of truly confident people, and why don't you tell us if you personally possess them, just for fun?
Nay, it would be my guess, but we'll see. Let's go through some of them.
Okay.
Truly confident people don't mind being proven wrong. I liked this one, and I agree with it. They feel that finding out what is right is a lot more important than being seen that they're right. They're more important with this. They're more concerned with the solution than being seen as the solution provider, I guess.
And that's a good
Yeah.
a good quality in a leader too, and a boss. I
Right.
think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They listen a lot more than they speak. They already know kind of their own mind, but they want to know what you think, what other people think. So they're going to ask open-ended questions. A lot of times they'll, even if they've done a lot of the work, they duck out of the spotlight and they let other people kind of enjoy that praise or glory, if you will, because that will help those other people become more confident. They freely ask for help. Because they're confident, they're not afraid to admit a weakness, and by saying they need help, they usually are going to come to a much better solution because they're drawing on the expertise of others. Another thing they do is they're self-starters. They don't wait to, say, be promoted or to be selected. They know that they can, say, attract their own funding or create their own products or connect with the right people that they want to connect with to advance their careers, and they go and they do that. I like this one a lot too. They're not bullies. They don't put other people down. A lot of times when people are gossipy or saying negative things, the reason they're doing so is to make themselves look better by comparison. Confident people don't need to do that. They're already assured. They're not afraid to look silly. They take chances and they act a little goofy, and in some ways
We never act silly.
That's not us.
And in a lot of ways, this resonates with people who may be looking up to them, because people say, "Oh, this is my boss." Is they're human. It humanizes them, I guess would be the word. They own their mistakes. They don't try to pass off responsibility when something goes wrong. If it's their fault, they take responsibility for it. And then this was a cool one too. They only seek approval from people who really matter. Is it great that they have 10,000 followers on Twitter? Sure, that's a nice statistic to put out there. But for them, what's more important is having the trust and respect of people who they value and who they respect in their own lives, and that's what they seek to attain, and that kind of drives their actions, and in so doing helps them sustain their confidence.
All right,
Quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to put those online, so be sure to check it out at asicentral.com/radio. Joe.
Yes.
Yes. A lot of people in our industry are tasked with creating logos and
Yes, they
helping
are.
clients create their logos. You have some secrets today on how to make a great logo.
Right. Well,
And what's your favorite logo, by the way?
it's tough, but I always go to FedEx logo because I never realized it until a little kid in second grade says, "Oh, there goes the truck with the arrow on it." And if you've never noticed that, in the middle of FedEx, there's actually an arrow.
Yeah.
So it's a very creative logo design there. So I like that. What's
Plus
your favorite
Castaway.
logo? What's your favorite logo?
Wow, I don't know.
Nike? You look like a Nike girl.
Ooh, that's such a great recognizable logo.
Amazon's got a great logo. They have that smiley face that goes from A to Z. So you're happy when you shop on Amazon because you can get everything from A to Z, which is kind of like their motto. So anyway, how do you make a great logo? There's a couple of things you need to consider when you're doing this, either for your client or you're helping your client rebranding, or you're doing it for yourself. One is, what emotion does the logo evoke? Now, they say that the Disney logo, it makes you feel very happy with those swirly eye and stuff like that.
It's like a little spell's been cast.
But it's, people definitely have that spell cast on them. But that really wouldn't work necessarily for a company that's, driven by sales and, into technology stuff. We're a bank.
I think the logos, at least for distributors, could be fun, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I would think we're a fun industry, and we've got fun products.
Like the Joe Show. Look, the logo right there on your
that
key
is.
tag.
There's the Joe Show logo. Pink and blue. What's the meaning behind the logo? Why do you have it? Are you just going to throw, typeface on there? Is there anything, that's deeper, like, again, with the Amazon logo? It's just the name spelled out, but they got a little smiley face, and the smiley is an arrow on the one end from going from A to Z. The other thing you need to do is, oops, I turned my page, sorry. Will the logo stand the test of time?
It's all right. It's just live radio.
So will the logo stand the test of time? Designers should avoid getting stuck in the flavor of the month trend. So in other words, if thin, fonts are popular right now, doesn't mean that they're going to translate 20 years down the road. And one of the examples they give in this article was the Apple computer logo, the very first one, completely different than what they actually came out with, which was the apple with the bite in it and the multicolored lines on it. And then they've changed that. They were able to update that because it's kind of simplistic into just a silhouetted black apple. Is it unique? Can it be instantly recognizable? Do you look at that logo and say, ooh, IBM? Do you look at that logo and say Pinterest? So now, some of the other important tips when you're designing these for clients, how does it look in black and white? Because it's not always going to translate into color, so there might be that opportunity where it has to be printed in black and white. So you want to look at that.
And different sizes, too,
Different sizes. That's the next one. Is it clear and distinct in small dimensions? That's especially important for this industry because you might have a nice, big, beautiful logo that's got to be embroidered onto a cap. The less chest of a
I was gonna say,
left
try to put
chest
that on like a little pocket on
of
a shirt.
of a
Tough to
polo
do.
shirt. Those letters, we just had recently in our upcoming Stitches. There's an article about the right sizes for logos and what people have to do. Take these big, huge, creative logos that have 72 different colors. How they bring that down to just be able to embroider it on the back of a jacket. So you'll want to think of that. And that's it. We're going to post these. There's more in-depth analysis in this article. We'll put it online at asiradio.com.
All right.
That's right.
Thank you,
Central.com
Joe.
radio.
Joan
Yes.
Shakin. Businesses make a lot of marketing mistakes.
Yep.
You're going to talk about some of those
Sure.
today.
Actually, it's a good segue from Joe's thing because a common marketing pitfall is kind of obsessing over what your website is. And many first-time business people, they obsess over the website and they look and feel and how they look and everything. But what matters more is your product, especially if it's a technical one. So in the early stage, focus on product and be dedicated to the quality of the product and your reputation. And then focusing too much on the name, your domain name. And if you can't figure out the perfect name for your project or your startup, most companies rebrand and change names several times in their earliest years. Like Joe was saying about Apple changing their logo. Just look up the evolution of some of these top brands today to see how they've changed over time. So branding and naming should be the last priority. It's more, you want to pay attention to your product. Setting up emails marketing too late. Email marketing is a tricky one. So one needs to be honest. This has to be honed very early. So it's important to know your product market fit. So have all of your emails and messaging ready before the launch and know what criteria you want to measure success. So what else? Going to conferences without a strategy. Obviously, you want to have a strategic plan for every conference you go to, and remember that time is your most valuable asset. So events are only as good as what you set them up to be. Let's see what else we have.
I think measuring is, the key to a lot of these things.
Mm-hmm.
You throw out a lot of efforts, but really you've got to measure and analyze and adjust your marketing plan accordingly.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Joan. We're going to put some of these marketing pitfalls online at asicentral.com/radio.
I just want to add something to this
Go ahead.
about the email marketing. I don't dislike it. What I dislike is when in the subject line they put an RE in there.
I was just going to say.
Because it looks like someone is responding. Because you might not really pay attention to who it came from.
Well, it's entirely strategic to get you to
It's a
click
trick.
on it.
I don't like to be tricked like that.
Right. And then the cop-out is, well, no, that's what it's in reference to. It's like that's what the subject line's for. You don't need
everybody
the RE.
knows that they're just trying to trick you into opening it.
Or when
That
you-
makes me
Everybody
mad.
knows that.
Or when you get that one, it's like, hey, brah, just circling back to see how things are.
Yeah.
And
No,
you're like,
you
what?
Yeah,
Who are you?
Just touching base, as if you have a relationship. Yeah. I think all those tricks are silly.
It's a little phony.
And most of us can see through them, I believe.
Aha.
All right, we have just enough time in the show for everyone to talk about their favorite products of the week. Joe, I'm going to start with you because,
Wow.
I
He's
mean,
got real
believe it or
products
not,
here.
Halloween is next month.
Yeah.
And you've got some spooky things there. What
Yeah,
are these?
These are skull mugs. As you see, they light up. They
pretty
got
awesome.
flashing design.
How much fun would those be at a party?
At a party.
At Joan's house.
Jones House. So you have a corporate event. Maybe you have a corporate event for kids. And the employees' kids skate come in. You can put.
I don't even think you
hot
need
apple
kids.
cider in.
I think
It's good for
They're
adults.
clubs.
Bars
Nightclubs.
and restaurants, nightclubs. It's a fun little product. They come in 2 different sizes, 14 ounces and 20 ounces, so you can get your good beer in here.
Now that you and Pauline are empty nesters,
Yeah, I
you can
know.
have little ragers at the house.
We could. We could.
You just
They're
go over to
raised.
Joe's house on a random evening. They're sitting
And
there
he's-
with that in front of the
With
TV.
their flashing mugs. I mean, you can go crazy.
That would be sad.
That'd be
Anyway,
awesome.
I really like those.
they're a lot of fun. You can find them from alightpromos.com, and you can find them online at www.alightpromos.com, and their ASI number is 34194.
All right, Joan, what do you have?
I have this. It's a Diamond District jewelry tower, and it's from Primeline, which is ASI 79530,
Ooh.
and it's leather, and it's a travel jewelry container with 3 tiers. So, I love little things that fold out into bigger things, and
She leads a simple life, people. She leads a simple life. Get her a sleeping bag. She'll be happy for the day.
Do you like Russian dolls that all go into?
yeah, I do. I have a lot of those little. What are they called?
Nesting dolls.
Nesting
Nesting
dolls.
dolls.
Yes, yes. But this is great. You could put little candies in there, and then when the candies are done, you can use them for jewelry, for travel. Put little tidbits in there and
All right.
whatnots.
Check it out. Chris, hopefully you've got a great product to bring up.
Mine doesn't
in
fold.
the
Mine
show.
doesn't fold out, but it's still pretty cool. It's the Meridian Storm Shell jacket from StormTech. That's ASI 89864. The product number is PLJ-1. It's super awesome all-weather jacket. If you like doing anything outdoors once the weather starts to turn, this is something that you'd want to look at. It's a great incentive item for wellness programs or for a corporate store, so check it out.
All right, you
Yeah.
can check out all these products at asicentral.com/radio. We are out of time today. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to today's show sponsor, Hanes, and happy
September.
September and happy back to school week for everyone. Have a great week.
It's almost Christmas.